Hello, my name is Michael Glenn, and in this episode of the Dojo Show, we're studying the kata Kote Tsuki. The word ski in Bojutsu usually refers to a thrusting attack with your bow, but in this kata, it's a different kanji, and the word ski means applying to kote or connecting to kote on your opponent in a way that destroys his attack. So this kata that we're starting tonight is still part of the Ihen Sabaki Gata that we've been studying all year, right? There's a whole list of these kata in the Kukishinru Bojutsu, and I don't know what number this kata is, but it's called Kote Tsuki, okay? So I start off in Chudan no kamae. He's in Seigan, sorry. And from this position, I start with a ski, okay? The next is a strike to do, flip to the head, yeah, and last, up under kote, okay? Ski here first, strike to do, flip to the head, don't back out so far. Flip to the head, right? And then up under kote, okay? So chudan here, I ski, strike to do, flip to the head, up under kote. Chudan ski here, strike to do, flip to the head, up under kote. Okay. This first kamae is chudan, right? And chudan usually has the bow tucked under the arm like this, right, for support. And there's different approaches to this hand. Sometimes people do it this way, sometimes people do it this way, right? When you're using a spear, this way is the method, the preferred method, right? And then when you do your ski here, there's a skewering action that happens, okay? So the bow or the spear will skewer through your hands here, okay? You guys don't necessarily have to do that with the bow, but it's a good one to learn, okay? So you can add it. If you do this version, it just skis in straight, okay, with the body, right? So when I'm here and he's in Seigan, if he's doing a good Seigan, there's no convenient opening for me, right? And usually when I do a chudan ski against Seigan is I'll aim down the line at the sword, because then he can't defend. If I don't do that, if I aim on this side, it's really easy for him to block. If I aim on that side, again, really easy for him to block. If I don't know which side and I go down the line, then he has to guess. And that makes it's a big challenge for him. So from here down the line, and you see his reaction, it's hesitation, confusion, right? Let's go back on this side. So I'm just here and I go down the line like that, and you see his hesitation. He doesn't get a good block, right? Stay still for a second. So the next target is do, which is the side, don't block. It's the side of the body here, okay? So after that ski, if he didn't block, if I was faster than him, I would strike the body, okay? So he's gonna block that now. So the next target, if he doesn't block, is the head. Okay, you see there's a big gap there, right? And I flip to the head. Okay, he's gonna block that there. So the next target, if he doesn't block, is up into the hands, into kote. It can be either one, okay? Those are the targets, and you gotta put it all together with those targets in mind, okay?
When he's going into what is it, ski?
Uh-huh.
Instead of kind of keeping this block, do I want to open it a little bit?
If you want to bait him, you might. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's like the sword strategy, right? Right. Tonight we're focusing on bow strategy, so we're not going to do too much of that. But if you were being a good strategic sword man, right, you might do something like that to bait him,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
But for tonight, we're just.
yeah. So for the basic kata, since we're doing a kata, he's supposed to win, right? For the basic kata, you start in seigan and you just do your best to defend, right?
Gotcha.
Okay. So I said before, like generally with the ski, like I like to aim down the line to keep him guessing, right? In this kata, there's an argument for actually going to that side on purpose, right? So you would ski down on this side to make him block that direction because that opens up this, right? It opens up the other side for you. So there is an argument for purposefully skiing on that side to draw his sword in that direction. Okay, so if I do that, right, and even if he, whether he blocks it or not, I keep going through. Okay. Remember, people make a mistake when they're doing Bojutsu kata in that they don't commit to anything. They just go through the steps, and it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and there's no life there, right? You want to make the attack be something real. It doesn't mean it needs to be mean or dangerous, but make it be something real, okay? So when I ski here, if Jesse blocks, look what happened, right? Because my strong stance here, I am still there, and I can continue my ski into the target, right? So again, so he blocks, but I can plow right through, okay? So it's important to be able to do your ski with that kind of commitment because that sets up the rest of the kata. If you don't do it with that kind of commitment, if you're just weak like this, then he doesn't have to do much. You don't get him to react or to affect his kamae, right? Let's go over here. So by doing the ski with some real intent this way, you see what's happening to Jesse there. His kamae is starting to fall apart, right? You guys notice? Yeah. It starts to fall apart because there's some real intent coming with the bow here. I'm not hurting him, but I'm putting it out there, right? And so you want to learn to do that. Make sure you have a target in mind. Actually try to hit it, right? Not mean, but try to hit the target. A lot of times people do these skis way too short. You know, that's never going to hit him. And since it's not going to hit him, he doesn't have to do anything. But instead, yeah, see, I make him move. So then the next one is there, right? It ends up crowding him, making his blocks ineffective, right? So start off well with that first ski, and you can go down the line or you can cheat to one side as a strategy. Okay, try please.
I don't know why I'm finding like if it's under my arm here that it's like distance. I almost feel comfortable having it here.
And for why? Because
I don't know. Something about it when it's up here. It's like I feel like
it's a shorter distance from that position. Yeah. What you need to do is just really project through your knees, right? So from here, like, just really drive through the knees, right? I understand what you're saying. Like from here, you can sort of get a longer distance without going as deep, but here you need to go deeper. This having it here in Chudan though is very stable. If you don't, like, do it the other way.
this way.
Yeah. So if you do it that way, right? Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah.
So
as soon as I went off like this, I could feel it.
Right. So if you put it back in Chudan and you go, then now when I try to block, I can't move you as easily.
Okay, so that's the whole.
It's more connected to your body, right? So I come here, I get him to block that way. The next one I'm going for do here, right? You see this, when I go for do, I'm striking here, but as he blocks, I allow it to rise up. Okay, I let it slide up the blade to pressure him. Okay, I do that with pressure, right? So from here, right, I strike to do here, and you see what I've done to James. I'm like pressuring him. that way, so he's having to react. Okay, one more. But the target, though, remember the target is do here. So it starts here, and then as I apply pressure, it starts to slip up. Okay? So here, right? So, see what the next one does? Because of that pressure, it creates a vacuum. When I let it go, it opens him up for the next strike. Okay, one more. So here, this pressure, he has a hard time blocking that next one. Okay. You guys understand? It's like
Pressure kind of release on that last strike.
it does. Yeah, there's pressure, and then I take it away for the flip, and then he overreacts when I take it away. We didn't talk about the flip yet, but there's a specific way of doing it. So from here, right, I'm going to use my legs to flip it. So, yeah. You can even, this hand can throw it this way to make it faster, right? I do my thrust here, I go to do. Remember, you're striking to do. Okay? And then the pressure is here, so then when I let it go, he falls into that next strike.
I felt the sword push the
Yeah, and it can change depending on how he reacts. But if you're aiming for do there, he's kind of crowded and pressured, right? And then when you let it go, it opens up for the next strike, right? So you just have to explore that. It depends on how the guy blocks, though. That's going to change it.
Yeah, it kind of felt like when I was pushing against it, it was like I fell into a hole.
Exactly.
The second it released.
Exactly.
And then that it was like almost instantaneous. That as soon as this released, that was coming around.
Yeah, you can't defend right there.
Yeah, it felt like I was taking this.
So here, right, to do, I'm pressuring here. This last flip, I need to be prepared to increase distance, okay? Or chase him, either way. Because that's an opportunity where he might choose to come in, right? So here, if he starts advancing here, right? Okay, so that flip to the head, all the Bojutsu strikes, like they have targets, but me personally, I always strike Kote as soon as possible because I want to disarm the guy. So if his Kote is available to me, I'm going to hit it to take away his sword. Here, James decides to come in, right? So I increase my distance with the flip. Okay, that time I was nice to him. Let's go again, I'll still be nice. So here he comes in. See how I can increase my distance there? This is, in Bojutsu, you have to be able to do this on a moment's notice, right? Because you don't know what the swordsman is planning. He might try for a Hail Mary. He might be better than you. You know, if the guy's better than me and I know it, I'm going to do every move keeping my distance, right? So I'll be here, way far away, right? Every move I'm staying far, right? Because I know he's better than me. And he can get hit with this and live. If I get hit with that, good chance I'm not living. So he has a little more room for error than I do. I'm here, right? I can go all the way to the end and increase a lot of distance. Okay. Yeah, Sensei does that too. I've watched Soke do that many times, you know. Okay. And that really keeps him away while it gives you a chance to go get another weapon or something, right? So think about that.
Grab a snack.
Yeah, go grab a snack. Change the channel on the TV. Restock your mini fridge. With this flip, a lot of things can happen in that moment. It's kind of a juicy moment in this kata where anything can occur, right? So I'm here, I come here. As Jesse's coming in here, I'm in great danger, right? So when I do my flip, stay there for a second. No, stay there. When I do this flip, when I'm coming out, I want to get some range here. Okay, let's go again. So here, as he comes in, I get all this range, right? But it doesn't have to attack there. One more. So here, here. See that? I got the sword and the leg. So here, here. Oh, that was hard, yeah. You okay?
Yeah.
So the reason it was so hard is because I did it with a leap. Yeah. And when you're getting space and the sword is coming in, it's very dangerous. So you leap out and that really comes around. Let's switch partners so he can get beat up instead of you. Here, here, he comes in. See how this comes around? Okay. And it can sweep through the space. So it can sweep through the sword, it could sweep to his head, it could sweep to the legs. Okay. You have choices. One more. He's reluctant, right? So at this angle, it could sweep here even. Here, here. So I'm waiting for him to commit. Yeah. So if he doesn't commit, I don't commit either necessarily. Yeah. You kind of float. So here I receive this, right? He comes here. So don't do anything. So from here, there's a few choices for me, right? The very obvious one is there,
Yeah.
right? But it also could be this kind of thing, right? Once more. Or it can be down and up, right? Again. Or it can press here and then come under. So you have a few choices with those attacks, right? Tonight, though, we're focusing on the bow part. So don't get in the mindset of being competitive. So here I ski, I come to do. This flips to the head there. You see the position that puts him in. So then I'm going to go for kote from here. So here to kote, okay? Once more. So ski here, this flip to the head, and then this is to kote. So from here, after you hit kote, you stay with it, okay? The name of this kata, kote ski, the ski is not thrusting ski, it's a different word. And it means applying to the forearms. Kote ski, okay? Once more.
Applying contact.
Yeah, or like putting a sticker on your forearms, applying a sticker, right? That kind of stickiness. Yep, so here, here, here. So if I have that kind of stickiness here, you see the result. So here, here, this flip, right? I come here and I've stuck to his kote. So once I've stuck to it, I can go either direction, right? I can go this direction and then out, ski, ski, flip. So this flip here, I hit kote and maybe I can go this direction, okay? Ski, do, flip to the head. When I hit kote here, I'm gonna stick to kote to disarm him, right? So once you've stuck to kote, his kote are up like this, right? You can hit either one. And then when you stick to them with the bow, you can take them one direction or the other. Here, the do, flip. So I'm going up under kote here. See where the bow is? So I can take either kote from this position, or both, right? So you can take both even. So you stick to kote and you sort of wrap them up in the space, and that allows you to move from there. So chudan here, I flip here, right? When I come up here, I can stick to both kote. Yeah, so here, do, flip. So here I've got both hands, okay? Because of the angle I come up, right? I'm trapping both. And that allows me to do other things. So I can hit there and then using my body move him around. So I'm skiing here, I come here, I flip. As he blocks here, right? I bring this up to get both, right? Oh, careful. Okay.
Yeah, that was awkward.
It was a tricky roll. Well done though.